Hi everyone, this is Mandy Wong at Own Your Story. I am coming to you on Friday instead of Thursday. I couldn't do it yesterday. I just didn't look right. My hair was greasy and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it tomorrow when I actually wash my hair and everything. So I'm here today on Friday and I wanted to talk to you today about judgment. So the agenda really is what is judgment? How does it hold us back? If you stay to the end, I'm going to talk about one tip that I use to help kind of shift that energy and alleviate the stress that I feel when I'm in that moment of judgment. And I'll also talk a little bit about how life coaching can help you remove some of those blocks. So the first question, let's get right to it, is what is judgment? Judgment really is when we put a label to something. So we're either labeling a person, we can be labeling ourselves, we could be labeling an experience. And when we label something, oftentimes it becomes very finite. So it's either good or bad, it's black or it's white, it's right or it's wrong. And so who is guilty of judgment? I will be the first one to say that I am totally guilty of it. And even though I pride myself as one of my best qualities is that I'm non-judgmental, it is such a human thing to experience that. As much as we recognize that we are doing it, we shouldn't feel guilty when we do because it happens. And so I don't want any one of us here to be sitting with guilt that we judge because it's totally okay. I do it, but it's more just about, okay, now that we recognize that we do, what can we do moving forward? So how does judging hurt us? So it hurts us because, and I'm sorry if I'm really distracted by, I have two dogs around. You can't see them, but they're all hanging out with me right now. So why does judging hurt us? So when we judge something, we're giving it a finite label. We're labeling it. And when we do that, we are actually not giving us any opportunity for that experience or that person to be anything other than what we just said it was. And so why is that a bad thing? Well, it's a bad thing because if we see the world as black and white, then we end up missing out on the opportunities of it being different options or different, even I can say even different colors. So if everything is black and white, then that only gives us two options, when really we have the option of red, blue, green, yellow, pink, for example. And so what happens when we feel like we only have two options? Well, oftentimes we feel stressed. We feel stressed. We feel like our backs are up against the wall. We feel like we're the victim. And as a reaction, we either play the victim or we react with getting defensive and fighting back. But if we can label our experiences instead as one of opportunity or one of possibility, then what we're actually doing is we're putting a lot more options back on the table for us to choose. And we end up empowering ourselves to choose something that's going to serve us better. So this kind of leads me to how life coaching can help. And so what I do when I notice that I'm judging somebody, and usually this is, when I notice when I'm judging somebody, I acknowledge that, and I talk about this all the time, how we have an inner critic and how I have one. I acknowledge that the other person also has an inner critic too. So there's probably a narrative going on in that person's head. And I truly believe that most of us are doing the best that we can in the best way that we know how, based on our personal experience, based on what we've learned, based on what we've been taught. I truly believe that most of us are really just trying to do our best to get by. And by acknowledging that everyone is trying to do their best, based on the narrative that they have in their head, I take things a lot less personally. So I don't take it to whatever they're acting or whatever they said to me as a reflection of who I am. So I end up meeting them more with empathy and less with anger. and I'm able to see them for something different than just being wrong or being bad. So then it comes to really the conclusion is how is coaching going to help you remove those blocks? And so I talk about this a lot about discovery sessions, but I highly, highly recommend you booking a discovery session with me. And really all that means is we're going to spend 90 minutes together talking about what some of your filters are, or what some of those judgments that you have are, and how it might be holding you back or causing you stress. And the reason why a discovery session or talking to a coach is different than talking to your friends or talking to your family or talking to your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend is because oftentimes they do have your best interest in heart, but then they end up wanting to fix things for you. And really, as a coach, I truly believe that you have the answers within yourself. And I'm not here to tell you how you need to act or do or what you should do. I'm here to help you find the answers that are within yourself. So again, I highly recommend it. There's no obligation, of course, to sign up with me afterwards. It's really just an opportunity for us to get to know each other. And that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching, and I will be back next week. Bye.